implications. It's always a bummer when that fun match is for funsies.
And it happens quite a bit. It feels like it's a rare treat that it matters. That's my experience when it comes to the old group stages, you know. It looks like the last time these two teams played against each other, things went in Virtus.pro's favor, but they did take a game from the side of Team Spirit. So not a hopeless effort here.
Excited to see some picks and bans. Techies taking out. We see the Techies tree. This is like the opener ban. EP doesn't seem to matter. If you're not taking out those two heroes, then you got to prepare for Zayats to make your life a little bit miserable.
Wow, there it is. It's tree.
Crazy.
All right, well, so what has been the story of Team Spirit as of late? Their games
Stand-ins
for us have not gone particularly well.
Oh, they haven't.
They're struggling a little bit. They're not playing quite as much as the other teams. Like they didn't play in they did play in Pushka. That's right, actually.
We do have a note
in the CIS part of it, but then they didn't make it to the next part. That's what
we have a note on this though, because the first couple days we saw Team Spirit, it was that original 5 roster where we had Immersion and Afterlife playing. And today, yesterday, and maybe the day before, I think we've seen the 2 stand-ins, Malik and Yamich, in for Spirit. Weirdly enough, they've actually looked better with the stand-ins than they did with Immersion and Afterlife. So got to keep that in mind. It's almost like those first 2 days didn't count in terms of analyzing the current roster because it has changed fairly significantly.
Yeah, but what's going on here? I don't know. Those are 2 pretty important players, though, at least in my eyes, especially Immersion. Like, the guy is just incredible.
Right, so why have they looked better without Immersion? That's what I don't understand.
I don't know if I'd say they've looked better. Do you really think they've looked that much better?
Not in the series we saw against Secret, but whoever they played before that, I thought that, when they went 2-1 against NIP, they looked pretty good. Remember they won that game with CK, the opening series with the stand-ins, and we were super impressed at how good they made CK look. That was the best game they played in this whole group stage.
Yeah, you're not wrong. I don't know. Well, we'll see when Immersion returns. You need the boy version. Oh, speaking of return,
hey,
as Team Spirit take the secret opener that we just witnessed, we get the Ancient Apparition picked up, and it's a little unusual with both Death Prophet and Oracle banned.
I mean, Witch Doctor has a heal. Dragon Knight also has a lot of regen, so I sort of get it.
Yeah, no, 100% it makes sense versus the DK and stuff. It's just, not a hero that we get to see all too often, of course.
No, certainly not. And one that I think, again, you have to pick. It's like, reminds me of CM. You have to draft around this hero. You want some sort of a buddy, like I think Nyx Assassin or Bounty Hunter, or someone that can move around and you can abuse this global presence that you're starting with. Nature's Prophet, no surprise to see VP opening with that, has pretty much been in the hands of no one, though moves around different lanes. So maybe you don't even need that scouting hero. Prophet can do that.
I think they're going to be looking for more of those global-esque ones, though. They're going to take care of that Timbersaw that they were playing a lot for Rezo. But I'm kind of thinking like the Axe or something, like some hero that can initiate, and then you'll have that like outside the range of the engagement help from the AA and the Nature's Prophet. There's also the potential for things like Chronosphere, theoretically, that like back in the day, this would be 2 heroes that would definitely lead into a Faceless Void pick, but he's not quite as popular, even though I think OG played it earlier today in their series.
Yeah, he's not popular, but I don't know. Is he really that bad? The ultimate's low on cooldown, but he's still Void. He still mitigates a lot of damage. Bash
he's
is
not horrendous. I think he's just like not great compared to some of the other position ones. Speaking of which, all the position ones are still in.
Yeah.
We still have Lycan. We still have Troll. We have that Luna that Team Spirit tried in their one time yesterday.
Mm-hmm. And now the Shaker. So here's a combo with the Ancient Apparition, drafting this hero with a purpose. Yep. Somebody that can help you set up cold feet.
I've
win
seen
some lanes.
A couple games. You have some important variety at some big tournament with these 2 heroes. Worked out pretty well for those guys.
The International?
Yeah, it was some team, though. I don't recognize their logo because I think they were called Evil Geniuses, but it doesn't look like the new EG logo, so it's a little confusing.
Oh, right.
But the Mars will come out now. The Grimstroke, the Witch Doctor, the Mars. Oh, my goodness. These are some quality heroes right here.
I was thinking we might see the Witch Doctor DK lane combo again, but now I'm thinking we won't.
Probably not. I feel like this is probably a 5 Witch Doctor. I think that's just a secret thing, the position 4. I think you for the Grimstroke.
Think so too. Grimstroke Mars certainly seems like a good off lane. And that means it's either safe lane or mid DK. And maybe hard to read. Spirit have last pick, so that'll bode well for them. What does VP want?
Like
Delving into the reserve
game.
time.
Not a hero we see too often anymore, though. In fact,
For
Team
VP?
Spirit tried it in their loss.
I don't know what item build you go on Lifestealer. He feels maybe a little slow. Yeah.
I mean, they could try the CK themselves. That's one of these classic heroes with AA if you want the actual stun for the cold feet threat, right?
That is one of the most classic.
The Monkey's still in too, which would be a viable option here. Pretty safe hero for the like. There's a DK and a Mars, and you have that roaming potential. If I had to guess, like what hero are they gonna pick, I would probably guess Monkey King based on how everyone's been playing lately. But I think Troll would also be fine. I think Troll just kind of fits well versus the Dragonite and the Mars too. And I think Troll's almost more likely to be banned as well.
And Troll's not terrible with AA. As you ramp up, sometimes it can be a good combo with Cold Feet.
There's also the most likely thing is they're gonna like Rezo has the heroes that he really likes, like the Centaur Warrunner or something. So there might be a threat to like take it, but no, they're gonna take the Troll. Good, big fan. 2 thumbs.
We've seen
up.
him very commonly in these last 2 bans. Haven't seen him played as much, but he's still that threat of you don't want to pick him too early, and teams won't let you get him late. So, final bans. They ban out the Necrophos. Great choice against DK and Mars. Solid laner, plays fast. Very good ban.
Not a huge Rezo hero, but they've picked it quite a bit on this team before, and I think he's played it a couple times. Either way, certainly, as you said, works versus what they have.
Tough last ban for VP. What does Spirit want? I'm curious.
Probably just want to cover whatever they're going to do for their mid lane, right? Like, if it is the Nature's Prophet, then not too much concern. Then you just look towards like Rezo's lane, because if it's Nature's Prophet mid, they can pretty much send whatever, and they're both just going to farm for the most part, right? Between like this DK, they can even send the Mars mid. I'm pretty sure. If they wanted to. They could also be sending the Troll mid here though too if you don't pick a stronger laner for Team Spirit. I kind of feel like that's what might happen.
A band like Razor here or something.
Yeah, Razor's not bad.
It's like one of the only counters to the Troll that I can really think of. Okay, they banned the Razor. There you go. I'm starting to get the hang of it.
Yeah. It really is though. It's like the only counter to Troll.
I mean, that's why we see Troll banned more than so many other carries, because like how do you stop him aside from just trying to take over the other lanes and reduce area of the map for him to farm?
He's not a flawless hero though, right? He's got some issues. He's just so well rounded. He just kind of does everything right now. Just maybe not the necessarily anything particularly well.
Having an AoE blind is a pretty nice addition to a position 1. I can't lie. But I think we're looking for the Rezo hero, and is Centaur the choice? I feel like we always go back to Centaur, but I'm having trouble reasoning against it.
Pango. Pango's better because of the laning situation, I think, because with the Shaker, right?
Yep. Really annoying lanes now for VP.
They have 3 potential mids too, though, between the Troll, the Pango, and the Nature's Prophet, depending on what Team Spirit do. I mean, we don't see the Pango mid that often anymore, but I do think it's still a possibility. So Team Spirit, they need like this right-clicking damage dealer that does well in the laning stage for the mid lane. I mean, they could just pick like a more passive mid, I guess, like a Morphling or something. But then you're picking Morph into AA, so that's obviously not going to happen. I'm just trying to think of like the style of hero.
I think they're more likely to DK mid at this point.
Kind of like TA.
And go for a safe laner. Could they take Monkey King on Spirit?
They can. I don't think it dumpsters anything. It still fits their playstyle if they want.
Yeah.
I don't know. I kind of like the TA for like just the pace of the game.
I could be into a TA. Somebody else that can take Roche. They don't really have great Roche potential right now on Dire side, so
Then again, TA into troll isn't like incredible either, though, so it has its own set of problems.
Is OD an option here? This I know he's not good, but
he's not getting picked in these other games. This game's not good enough for it. I refuse. I won't allow it.
I mean, doesn't he kind of dumpster though?
Yeah, not really. Not as much as he used to, or else he'd be getting picked more.
Whoa.
Whoa. Okay. I mean, that's an Ergon hero. He does like the tiny quite a bit, but
wow, tiny mid.
Yeah.
Well, this is weird.
Yeah, it's his jam. So that'll probably be versus the Nature's Prophet.
Okay. Well, something to be said for comfort picks. I'm with that.
Yeah, I'm trying to think if it's worth sending. Is there any way they're thinking about switching this up, or no? They're just gonna send no one mid anyway. Okay.
Dracho takes the safe lane DK.
Ergon Tiny. The last time I saw this, it did not go well for them, and it was it was more of a surprising, like, oh wow, they're doing the mid Tiny.
I don't like 3 melee cores against Earthshaker, Pangolier, and AA. I think that presents some potential issues in these team fights.
I like his Christmas cosmetic, though. You guys will get to see that in a little bit.
I do like the cosmetic game. I'll give him bonus points for that. But in terms of Dota game, I think VP got this. They've got great team fight. They've got solid lanes. They've got really good global presence, and we've seen them abuse that. Like, no one is so good at creating that I'm everywhere effect on the Nature's Prophet. And I think that's going to be hard to fight against. Maybe I'm underestimating this core mid Tiny. I haven't really seen it recently, but I'm having trouble picturing it just dumpstering this game at all.
He's got a snowball a little bit, right? He's got a decent matchup in the Nature's Prophet, because that's someone that even though you have armor issues to start the game as the Tiny, you do still have the power of, like, you know, the tree versus the treants. It's traditionally been pretty helpful. Trying to get some cleave damage going. And one of the better heroes to pick on, the Ancient Apparition, that guy is just free.
He's food. That's true. He's a nice popsicle. Sweet treat for you.
Level 15 Tiny. Spammer.
You did say it's his jam. You weren't lying.
What a nerfed hero, though, man.
I know that you're a Tiny fan. That's why. Do you think it's good? You're maybe a good barometer of, like, is this actually viable? What do you go? Just mobility? Like, do you get a fast blink dagger? Echo?
I think it is viable. I've seen the Iceberg just played it. Where was that versus Team Spirit? I think that was versus Team Spirit. Iceberg played it, and he went Mask of Madness and Basher.
Oh,
sorry, no, Mask of Madness and SNY. That's what it was. SNY into the BKB after.
Way less
because they had the Ursa on their team.
All right. So you just play it. You just womp.
It's kind of like the old school style of the Tiny with the Mask of Madness and everything before everyone went back and towards more like the blinkiness.
So no Echo Saber. I thought that was always pretty good. Tiny, crazy burst.
I mean, it is
all the stats that he wants.
I'm sure that's still a viable build, depending on the hero versus.
We do not
have enough data.
My one Tiny mid game was not indicative of all the potential builds we could see. Well, excited to see if Spirit can pull this off. It's an interesting roster, but
dude. They got Tiny twice, actually. I'm just looking now at that series.
More data?
Yes, I will check the double data.
Oh, no, Malik, not going to die, but forced to salve already, and that'll make bounty runes even.
Yeah, he went Mask SNY both games, and Flyman actually won both games with the Tiny. Damn, they got styled on. He even beat Ergon mid on Monkey King. Wow.
He beat a Monkey King mid with Tiny?
Yeah.
That's pretty impressive. So he's got a creep wave here. Where are we going?
Aloha Dance ganked a lot as the Nyx. That's why. That makes sense.
Okay. So let's see here. What's the... Oh, the fog. All right, you're coming back. Up. Ergon. Oh.
Let's say he's just trying to not get right-click 20 times right at the start.
Yeah, is this the play? You just pull the wave?
Because he has 0 armor.
This is ours.
And now you get a little creep control. This Christmas tree cosmetic is ridiculous. I don't think I've ever seen this before. I don't know where this came from, why it exists, but I like it.
I think it came around Christmas time.
Genius.
You're welcome. No, you were confused. Man, Blightstone versus Tiny, though. Ouch. That hurts.
Yeah, that's
like tower armor. Please help me. buffs him up to 1 armor when he's hit with the Blightstone.
Hey, at least he gets that 1 health regen. It's a bit of a rocky start for the Tiny. Picks up another tree, maybe clutches some last hits here. Oh, yeah, baby. It seems like that little creep pull strategy from Ergon was pretty effective, though.
Yeah, it let him pull the creeps up to his own range creep that was on the high ground there, so he was able to guarantee that one, and then also that helped bring the wave pushing towards his high ground afterwards, too.
Yeah.
So you would think that would have worked out better for no one because of the tree control that he had, but just the nature of then matching the lane up no matter what with your own range creep is still going to save it. Yeah, it even has the trance just lurking to the side right now.
It's going to come waddling on through. Well, let's take a look at some side lanes. So down bottom, we have the AA Troll combo. Not the best combo with Ancient Apparition, but it looks like Troll's getting plenty of room to farm. And up top, it's the DK Witch Doctor. So we did get this lane combo after all. And they'll have a 2-on-1 against Rezo as the Shaker is migrated all the way down bottom. What are you up to, Zayets, you little devil?
That seems pretty good for VP just because like the Pango doesn't need help. He's getting farm under his tower. Now he's going to help secure kill into Yamich here. Oh, but the spear, not enough.
There it is.
Solo with the touch.
He's so chilling.
I feel like no one is respecting this Tiny too much. Surprised at how much he's pulling back his trees. I guess because it's just the mid lane that it's surprisingly hard to blame. Because like the tree, it no longer has the limit, right? But it doesn't do very much damage. Like I'm surprised he's not just walking them at him more often, like in situations like this, to try and drive him off. I guess he's just like really focusing on the last hits and the denies instead. He's at 10 denies too.
So
some of those I'm sure are his own tree ants as well, but still.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but the tree just adds cleave now. It doesn't add any damage, right?
Yeah. Well, it does 150% splash damage.
Oh, I see. So it does extra damage. I got you. Okay.
But it's like, it doesn't have a limit anymore. And that obviously was... oh, nice, though. Man, okay. You got the triple kill on those treants.
I think this is better for Tiny. Oh, down bottom, Yamich. He's going to get off an Ink Swell, but they might be able to kill him. Zayet's trying to outrange it. He will. Cold Feet come down. They'll need one more. Oh, Zayet's, he thought they had it. Wasn't looking at the stick.
So it's the bonus, man, this thing is confusing. It's bonus unit damage of 10, 20, 30, 40% with the tree. And then it is splash damage of 30, 40, 50, 60% as well. So when you're holding the tree, right, that's the damage. And then the tree throw is the bonus 150 when you chuck it.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
That's weirdly confusing for a tooltip that does not accurately...
It shows it when he doesn't pick up the tree.
Oh, is that why?
That's when he's holding it.
Ah,
yeah.
Okay. All right.
That's where the confusion lies.
That would be a great alt, though. You know, I'd like to be able to see that. He's going to be holding the tree for a lot of the game, I reckon.
I mean, honestly, it's weird even seeing tree throw. Like, because whenever we do get Tiny, it feels like it's still support.
Yeah, I mean, mid is way different here. 1-1-3, maxing out the tree throw. Well... Seems pretty good for VP. The Tiny's having a fine lane mid, but also the Prophet is. And he's picked up a lot of
nice
denies.
bounce up top on that cask, but I think Rez is okay. He actually is going to TP back to the well.
This bottom lane's going super well for VP. Obviously, those kills helped, but Troll's up to 15 denies now. This Mars is suffering.
Yeah, he's having just as bad of a time as the Pango, so even though they've ditched with the Earthshaker up top, things are not going any better for Malkin. Now the ulti comes through, and I think he's dead.
He should be. They're going to need a few more. Does have a TP, looking for a spot in the trees. Malik almost found it, dodges the axes. He did a great job trying to find a spot to get away, but VP covered the axes.
Solo get that again.
Old Frost Fingers.
After them.
Well, the lane now is just like infinitesimally better for Ergon mid because he has 10 armor. Once you crack level 6.
Yeah. So it's only 30 bonus damage now for Grow at level 1.
That's okay. No,
not
no
that
cares.
Much. Yeah. Oh, how Tiny has changed.
I know, it is hard to keep up with all those number changes. Like, he had to be tweaked so much because he was like almost an entire year, I think he was first pick.
Yep.
It was a long time. It was like from TI8 to TI9. He just was always relevant.
It's funny how much his identity has changed, though. You know, there was a long time where he was just pick off, you just max combo. What was his third? Was some passive?
He was, well, before that, he was literally just IO.
Yep, and then it was, yeah, there was just IO, and you would go like Mask of Madness, cripple structures. Then we saw these support tinies pop up where it was all about creep pulling, chucking people around, like the Pili Die style. Up top, Draccio gonna get chased down. It's only a level 1 shaker, but no one will make the rotation. That's a level 7.
He's still
Prophet.
holding Fissure too.
Fissure finally comes down, and this DK is tanky, but not tanky enough. Great rotation. They're at the first beginning of that global presence. And now we just TP back mid.
And they're unable to get a similar play down bottom. They tried to capitalize, I think, and LTW got low, but just down to like 15%. And they're able to heal back up, and now they move on to Yamich. Malik. Gonna be a hard time to help here. He's so low. Don't miss the spear. Oh, he gets without needing the spear. That might save his life now versus LTW.
Oh. Next, TP out, and ILTW goes right back to creeps.
That was really smart to not like waste the spear on the AA, just guarantee the kill. Just like walks him down instead. Or else he would have just died for it.
DK pops the ult up top, but not going to be able to do much tower pressure, it doesn't look like. The mid still very even. Ergon farming just about 200 net worth behind the Prophet. Both of them working neutrals. And it is going to be the Mask of Madness once again. Already has the quarterstaff.
Regeneration.
It makes sense with like the no limit on the tree.
Yep.
He's so fast farming through this jungle. He's basically like a Sven that can just help and actually engage in team fights a lot better. With like the toss and the avalanche, obviously.
Sven with utility. Yeah, that sounds okay.
Probably going to peak quite a bit earlier than the Sven, though. You know, Sven's got some bigger stuff in the late game compared to this tiny.
I would certainly hope so.
And not that we see Sven ever. Another lost soul of the meta.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Ratio on the run once again here. Rezo had an option to block him off there, but gonna let him through. Not an easy kill, which is the two of them, unless they're gonna commit the full rotation there from no one, who does have an ulti, and I'm sure he's ready to let her rip once again.
I saw somebody
You're playing so far back down bottom
on Twitter that was like bragging about trying to get their platinum tier Dota Plus for Sven. I remember looking at the like history of his games, just thinking, "Oh, you poor fool, you poor bastard! What an awful meta to farm that." They're gonna find Malik down bottom too. Multiple fights at once. Ergon gonna be hard pressed to survive here. The Fissure alongside the Pangolier is pretty incredible. Meanwhile, in the bottom lane, they do get Yamich and also Malik. So big wins for VP across the map. 2 cores and a Grimstroke.
I wonder if everyone just got hit by that ulti. Was that just like the double value play?
Might have been. We'll maybe get to see it in the team fight recap.
If the fight ever ends. Because Misha's just going down here in the mid.
Are they going to find
him with his urn?
It looks like it. No one wrapping around the trees. One more. He gave him the Scythe of Ice, Trent.
He did. That's a killing spree now, too. Yeah, between all of that, he did 2,114 damage from the Nature's Prophet. I'm sure a vast majority of that was the ulti.
Yeah.
They're in trouble. 2K lead, I don't feel like it's telling the story of these lanes. Like, they're not even hitting creeps right now. On down bottom, right?
They got Zayats, so that's something. Yeah, this troll. He's getting a lot of space. I guess so is the DK, but it harkens back to what we always say about DK. If we're trading farm evenly, I would much rather be on the side with the troll.
I think we're playing the Shadowblade first for duration of this game.
I'm, again, a little surprised. So why Shadowblade over Blink in this match?
Might feel like they need a little bit more sustained damage on the engagements. The Shadowblade's generally like a little stronger versus the Nature's Prophet too. They don't have any other invis on the team.
Just to give you a way to actually catch the Prophet. Same logic is like Shadowblade versus Puck. Rezo with the pump fakes. Flexing it. Oh, ooh. Trying to bait a reaction out of Spirit. And will fish his wish. It is now 4 heroes mid. Draccio, he's here.
And he doesn't have an ulti to just like transfer this into a push.
He's not sure why, but he's here.
All right, I came. Thanks, guys.
And Rezo just walks back to the jungle, smiling all the way.
Radiant are scanning.
It feels like this would be a really boring way to play Tiny, dude. That's like the most exciting thing you can do is like choose which tree you're gonna pull to make the wave shorter or the walk shorter between camps. Except you can't even do that because of the cooldown of the tree thing. So instead, you just got a Quelling Blade. I don't know, this is pretty boring.
Yeah, he's gonna get a Yasha. Really gonna heat things up.
He does have stacked Ancients at the very least. And, oh, someone stacked... Oh, never mind, DK left. He's going mid. Yamich up top will quickly cut himself out with his last tango.
This is a pretty big commitment for VP, and I don't think it's going to end well. Zayats goes down first. No one caught by a spear. This is going to be a duo of kills for Spirit. Ergon getting that shutdown gold against his
Very good
mid.
choice to rotate there from Ergon.
Well
That's
worth.
the value kill, dude. He needed a way back to like catch up to this Nature's Prophet. By the time no one respawns, he'll probably have eclipsed him in gold.
That is one of the great things about Tiny. He has so much recover
Radiant's
potential with
middle tower
rotations
is
like
under
that.
attack.
Hard to do without the blink, but they kind of served it up to them right there. So VP made it kind of easy.
Yeah, that was an overcommitment for sure.
That tango is what did it, though. Like, Yamish just kind of pulled them in a little bit too deep.
Yes.
And Battle Fury for ILTW. Buckle in, bud, because we're going to see this troll hit some creeps.
Yep, it's one of those. Mid lane, cut the trees, and take a tower.
And they should be able to get it. Draccio going to try to slow things down, but he'll get blocked out by a fissure. Tower falls. And VP back out. Not going to overcommit this time. Not terrible for Spirit right now, though. Those kills up top did help level things out, where it started to feel like VP was running away with it. Spirit are stabilizing for now. But they will have some pressure to take some fights. So like late game, this troll is going to be big. ILTW will have the Battle Fury really soon. He's going to go BKB right after that. I think he'll probably look to find that mix of farming effectively, but also getting involved in fights a little earlier than you'd expect, maybe.
Well, we had two similar games for Virtus.pro yesterday, right? With Liquid, where the first in game 2 they picked the Nature's Prophet, and they had the Bounty Hunter and the Timber and the Monkey King. So they didn't really have this like hard farmer like the Battle Fury troll. As the 14 minutes almost gets a fight there, but they'll back away. And one of the problems was they kind of stalled out, right? Like they took all these tier 1s, and then they weren't able to keep pressing at the tier 2s, and it felt like they weren't really getting anything while they were just waiting. Like, but now in a game like this, I don't think you're too rushed, right? Like you have the late game here, I feel, for Virtus.pro.
Echo slam down bottom. Ice Blast follows up, and both sides back up.
Well, look at that. Thanks for the echo. Back to the jungle I go.
There I go.
Dire's top
And yeah,
tower is
DK is
under
going to go
attack.
Halberd. Great item on the DK. Fantastic
Radiant's
against
bottom
Troll.
tower is under attack. Dire's
But yeah, I guess what I mean is like, as long as Virtus.pro don't go too crazy, I think this will be okay for them. But like Team Spirit are necessary to hit those items. They have the Shadow Blade, so they're feeling more confident and moving this side of the map. And we also have something complete for our Mars here. Perhaps not.
Ice Blast down bottom. Connects on 3 heroes. Perfectly placed. Soulbind, now the arena. And it actually breaks the Soulbind. That was so weird. They get the kill on the Earthshaker, and now VP on the back foot. Maybe going to clean up no one. In comes Ergon, sets it up. No one with a very bold TP. Will not work.
Soulbind versus Pango. Very good.
So what happened
as
there,
we all
though?
know.
He was soulbound, and then it looked like no one got speared out of the arena. I guess hold that thought as it's not over yet. Draccio going in maybe a bit too far. AA trying to finish the kill. Ice Blast falls short. Oh, Solo,
What?
no! Now Solo's going to die for it. Dude, he just clicked it too quick. It actually
God.
didn't hit him at point blank.
It was so close. I can't believe that didn't hit. I mean, he could have just pressed R. Just the trail would have been better.
Just let it go. Yeah, exactly. It would have hit him with the debuff. Oh, man. That hurts. That
That's
was
a crumble right
definitely
there.
a
That was Zayats
misplay.
too.
But he's going to get the bounty at least.
Yeah, he only got one of them though.
Of course.
And now he's certainly going to pay Pay with
And
his
now he's
life.
giving earn charges to Misha.
Oh no, not the earn charge.
Yeah, no, I was watching the DK, watching if Duratio was gonna die to the debuff at first, so I didn't see what happened.
So he was soulbound, and then the arena came down, and he got speared maybe before the wall was fully formed when it was coming up, but then it broke the soulbind because he got pushed back so far. That might have been it, where you see
well, the soulbind was probably targeted on the Pango, and then yeah.
But it was still a weird, like it kind of screwed up
Dude,
their
did you
combo.
see Malik walk into those trees and dodge that?
Yep.
Is he gonna live here?
Nope. Hey! Ooh!
Nope. Nope.
Dude, he got robbed with another ice blast. Come on, he should have been dead there. Let's be real.
Sorry, bud.
Shoulda, coulda, woulda.
Radiant's middle tower is
You know,
under
Solo
attack.
is fuming right now. I would be.
Yeah, I'd be pretty tilted. What's funny is if he had just like hit the fountain, he probably would have got him right.
A small lead
rough.
for VP, but things have
Radiant
stayed pretty
are
steady.
scanning.
They're making this tiny work. He's got the S and Y, now Assault Karas.
The troll should start catching up with his Battle Fury and running through the jungle and everything. Plus, there's probably going to be more pressure on Urgon to actually move and go with this team as we actually see them get smoked up right now. Solo has the Invis rune. He can pop this, and there's no dire sentries. They are holding one on Misha. They pop. They don't drop it in time.
On to Solo.
He's good.
On to Resolution. Rezo with the TP. Draccio, not going to find him. Takes the
Jeez.
wrong path.
If he died, I would have been so mad at Solo. I just popped the smoke, guys. Like, they're here.
I will be the talk of the lanes.
Rezo says top is free. Just go top. So no one just boldly TPs right in and says, yep, I can't confirm. Should I take that outpost? Maybe.
When you're right, you're right. Easy farm for this Prophet. And Troll has the Battle Fury now, about
Dire's
halfway to
top
the
tower
BKB.
is under attack. Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Radiant structures
Tiny,
are
sieging
fortified.
towers.
Dire's top tower
Solo's going to
is
try and
under
defend with the
attack.
Ice Blast.
Does Tiny having Ags right now?
I can't remember. I don't remember if
Actually-
they completely got rid of the tree throw one.
Right, that was the one
No,
that
he definitely does. Everyone has an Axe right now.
Dire's top tower.
That's true.
is
Pretty sure it's
under
just the
attack.
literal-
literally
one.
everyone has one. So it's like the one we used to see comboed with Faceless Void. You just throw trees in an AoE area.
Yeah, he still has tree volley. It has not been removed.
Okay. Just nerfed into Oblivion? Because I know it was busted for a while.
Yeah, it was completely busted at first.
I don't remember what they did to scale it.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
I guess it's no good if
Radiant
nobody's buying
structures
eggs
are
anymore.
Fortified.
To be fair, we're also just not seeing Tiny that much either, so who knows. The last time it got touched
Radiant's
was
top tower has fallen.
7.22G, where they reduced the attack damage from 120 to 100%, increased the cooldown from 12 to 15, and increased the mana from 150 to 200. Whew. Pretty rough.
Just across the board, gutted it.
Yeah.
Down bottom now, Malik taking a lot of damage. It's a great Wrath of Nature. Soulbind flies through. Pango not loving it right now, and the rest of the cavalry's here for Spirit, and they're going to turn this into a double. Rezo and No One fall in exchange for that kill on Malik. And as a result, the Dire get both outposts. Big wins for Spirit right now.
This feels a lot like Game 2 versus Liquid. It is, like, because they were kind of doing the same stuff where, like, trying to create plays with pickoffs, and then they just kept getting turned around on over and over again. Like, almost like too ambitious with the Nature's Prophet. Maybe it'll go better, though, because they're building towards this bigger thing, like the Troll, who currently has a DD and is roshing.
Oh, that'll do it.
Pretty risky play to just walk in there as Solo. And Spirit just pinged it. Duratio, he might know.
Radiant's
I mean,
bottom
Troll with
tower
DD,
is
though, he
under
kills it
attack.
so stupidly fast. It's hard to react to. And there it is.
Has fallen to the Radiant.
That's a nice play, because when you're losing the game like that and you're trying to hold out for someone to get big, if they just get the Roche and can start like forcing out these tier 2 towers, that would have squeezed out a lot of the territory that was left for ILTW to start farming in.
Yep.
Or keep farming in, rather. So, pretty big save there. And his BKB is just about done. In fact, I could have swore he had the Ogre Axe already. I guess not. Oh yeah, he has the recipe, so...
Dude, Urgon
It's
just
the
took
Ogre
the
Axe.
tome. The level 18 Tiny just took the 20-minute tome for Spirit.
It's a hard life being a support these
He
days,
was
dude.
already level 18. I guess he wants level 20 as fast as possible, but
Yeah.
that's a little peculiar. He's already 3 levels up on the highest in the game. He's 19 now, and the Troll's 16. was that really worth?
Huh? Either way, they're ready to fight. They have Blink Dagger on Mars. If this fight starts and he gets in your time, this could actually look so good for Spirit. But they TP out with Yamich. He bailed. Okay. Guess they didn't want that fight.
Yeah.
They're still looking for this dunk play here, and they're going to try and abuse this Aegis and BKB. So LTW steps forward. An AC complete, though, and I'm thinking a smoke is coming out here soon from Misha. Well, maybe not necessary as they're driven off the bottom tower. Yeah, Misha says, yeah, I want to smoke, but do you really need a smoke into Aegis?
I guess it depends what VP do with it. They're not really going too aggro.
They're going to smoke into
up,
the dire
though.
jungle. Here they come.
See what they can find.
There's the smoke.
All right, smoke on smoke. Urgon in the front. They're going to bait with the Tiny. ILTW gets popped, and now they go in. Follow-up dunk. A lot of damage going into Urgon, but he's still sustaining. Ice Blast will fly through, but Zayats and Rezo already down. Malik falls. Urgon goes down as well. Witch Doctor gets off a full ult, and it's just not enough. The Troll still standing with Aegis. He wants to press forward. No BKB, though. 2 for 2. And they do get 2 kills on the side of VP, so the fight will favor them.
Dude, that was crazy. That was so much damage from that the Mjolnir, the static shield.
Warriors of the wood.
That thing was kind of popping off there, I believe, onto the Tiny.
Ice Blast flying through. Falls short, does not hit Misha, but it might be the kill on Traccio. It's no one that actually goes down. And
No one
Traccio's
definitely
fine.
dies a lot of this Nature's Prophet.
He likes to take
Dives
the
and
aggro
dies.
plays. That's why it seems so hot or cold, because when it works, he just goes aggro and keeps coming at you, and he keeps you down. But when it doesn't work, it's kind of like you're bashing your head against the wall of, that was aggressive.
It's like the softest form of initiation. He just like TPs it, you know?
Yeah.
A BKB would help a lot, though, considering that entire death was magical damage, aside from 200. He took 2,161 magic damage. So,
Yes.
it might be time.
Well, there you go. This is getting interesting, though, to see how the Troll and Tiny will match up now that they both got some farm. You know, they're relatively even, strikingly even at 24 minutes for game 1. Tiny working on his BKB, and Troll wants a Satanic next, so he'll start going into status resistance.
It's just the fervor, right? Like, it doesn't matter how big you are. If he can just BKB and stick on you, you're going to lose the Troll.
Yeah. But the Tiny is pretty beefy. In that last fight, he absorbed the Echo and a lot of other damage, and he just kind of took it.
It's a Shadow Blade Scout now.
Just gets popped, does connect onto Draccio, but he's got a lot of support. They don't have no one right now on the side of VP. He is
They're so
pushing up top. They're going to throw the AA ult, and that'll finish off DK, but in the backside, Zayats and Solo go down to the arena. Buyback on the Earthshaker, no one in the fray. They're going to try to get Yamich, and they will finish him off. And they get the Troll's Courier in the back line. An awkward fight where VP went super aggro, knowing that their Prophet wasn't there, and they're not done yet. Hunting for more. They know Misha's in the tree line. They saw the cast. Now the follow-up fight's going to break out. No one's the target. The Death Ward does a lot of damage. The Spear locks him in place. Trading Witch Doctor for your core Prophet certainly doesn't feel good, but they'll get Malik as well. They interrupt his TP. ILTW starting to go to work. Does get speared, but he's got some buds to help him out.
That was a bit of a bold one to try and re-engage there, like dropping down the vision from the support and just saying like, oh no, we can totally get one more pick here, guys, and still get out. Like, 'cause
Yeah.
you can't fight the Troll, so they're trying to target pretty much anyone else, right? So I mean, obviously blowing up no one is pretty nice because they're trying to tilt him out of this one.
But still, that wasn't advantageous for Spirit, I don't think. I think if you're VP, you're relatively happy with that, except the buyback on Zayas. That didn't really seem to do much, but
What have we?
Dire's structures are fortified.
wow. Dota Plus right now, a 60-40 in favor of VP.
Has fallen.
I would say that sounds about right. I definitely don't think Team Spirit. I think this Soulbind is absolutely destroying these fights. That fight should have gone way better for VP if that counter is not there constantly. Just like catching the. Not only did he catch the Pango again during the ulti, but he ended up tethered to the BKB troll. So LTW lost some of his time while he was BKB'd.
Yep. And we talk about what spells can combo with the Soulbind, and the Doom Grimstroke is ancient history now, and it's about these spammable spells. Like the Witch Doctor Cask is actually perfect. 2 casks bouncing around at the same time is a stupid amount of disable.
Yeah, it has its moments.
It's a little like Ether shocky, Rip Shadow Shaman. Respect.
He'll be back.
Maybe.
Radiant are scanning.
Oh, a couple of instant tier 3 items here at the 27-minute mark. Telescope picked up for Troll. How good's Telescope this game for them? Not incredible, but not terrible. Pretty good for, Shaker likes it.
Yeah. He's got an empty slot, so there you go. Up to the high ground we go. VP, do they want to initiate? Nope. Man, this looks so different from most of the other games that we've seen in this group stage. I don't know if we've had a match yet at 27 minutes where it's still basically 50-50 on net worth. Biggest lead we've seen so far is 2K. Basically nothing.
Yeah, I guess a lot of that just owing to the fact that neither team is trying to make those giant pushes, and it feels like a lot of times the one who goes aggro gets punished. It's exactly, again, like that game 2 of Liquid versus Virtus.pro. It feels eerily similar. But the control of the Aegis has stifled any sort of further aggression from Team Spirit, but now that the Aegis is down, they're going to go for the smoke play, and this is leading into the next potential Roche spawn. So this is the wrong side of the map to be fighting if you want to get the Aegis, but it's also 30 seconds to the first possible spawn, so it's a good chance you're still going to need another fight for the Roche, but they're going to catch Rezo. He blinks first, though. Tisk, guys, come on.
ILTW, he could still get caught here. Spirit coming in deep, and they will find the troll.
He's got
good stun lock, BKB, and he's going to fight. AA ult's coming in. Earthshaker's there with the dunk. The AA ult doesn't connect on much, but now the Soulbind comes down. Zayats falls first. Rolling Thunder from Resolution trying to break things up. No one jumps into the back line. It's him versus the world. He's in deep, gets comboed by Urgon. Follow-up spear. Might have been too deep from no one. They're trying to finish off Draccio, but it's so tough. The troll will finally finish it, but it's a 2-for-1, not favoring VP. No buybacks available on their dead heroes. Can they clean up more? Yamich gets brought down low. This troll still pretty healthy, but now they've lost Solo. Tiny doing a little bit more in this team fight. The AA buys back another spear on Pango. ILTW rejoins the fray, trying to save Rizzo. He'll keep him up for now. The curse, it's going to be close. That last Maledict tick, though, does finish him off.
The blast got him, though.
Now Urgon, he's going to be in trouble. It's been so long that Arena has cooled down. Cold Feet connect on Tiny, and the ranged axes are actually there. Somehow, at the end of this fight, VP are able to clean it up and still maintain an advantage. I guess that buyback from Solo, well worth it.
It's going to end up being almost exactly even, isn't it? It's like, oh, okay, well, hold up. Now, the gold change wasn't that much, but look at the troll. Oh, my God.
All right, so everyone on VP lost gold, except for the troll, who gained 1,200. Pretty good. And on the side of Spirit, the big winner was actually the Witch Doctor, because he was the one that got that kill thanks to the Maledict.
Man. Look how fast this Roche was. I didn't even look, but that must have been almost instant.
Yep. And that was also a pretty long team fight, too.
I guess, that is true.
But again, for VP, it's going to be Troll in the pit. He kills it even faster now. Spirit not going to be able to contest without Tiny. And maybe a small bit of luck, but great map control from VP.
So at this point, I'm definitely feeling Virtus.pro with this BKB on no one, right? Like, that's been the main issue, is that he's blinking in and he's doing all this damage and stuff, and then they just turn with a Tiny and they Ava toss him and he's getting wrecked. But now a 10-second BKB and a cheese should create way more physical damage now coming out from the Radiant side thanks to him.
Even just being able to break up the spear combo on top of it. Like, if he gets caught by the Tiny and then pops the BKB and stops the spear, then he can probably live. But the full combo is just too much stun. BKB out on DK now. That's his third item on Draccio.
Another Tiny classic. Urgon's thinking about the E-Blade.
Radiant
Whoa.
are scanning.
Pretty good versus Troll. And then just like somewhat of a classic item versus for the tiny players.
Is it?
Situationally good. Yeah, because he has just like what 3.8 strength gain, and it's based on your primary role or primary attribute. So it's pretty sick.
He does have almost 200 strength.
Yeah.
182, in fact.
And I mean, it just syncs with your spells, right? Like you have giant, massive magic damage.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. All right. All right. You're making a good case for it.
Situational being the key word. That does speak to the Ags not being that amazing, though.
Yeah. Absolutely.
You would think with the arena, it might be kind of good. You know?
Right. You drop down the arena, they're locked in place. I mean, I don't know the math on the Ag, so maybe the damage is just so bad that it doesn't matter how much setup you have. It's just not worth it.
They also have
Right
Rolling
clicking.
Thunder and 2 BKB, so the arena is not really a guarantee of area control at the moment, right?
That is also a good point. Speaking of BKB, Draccio pops his 10-second, just barely going to live as he gets up to the high ground. But
That was like the most minimal commitment, though. It's like Ice Blast
Exactly.
and Pango Roll.
So we'll call that a win
Dire's
for
bottom
VP
tower
for
has
sure.
fallen.
Oh, and they
And-
took the tier 2 as well, yeah.
All the outer towers down, up to a 5K net worth lead. VP starting to take over the map. MKB out on Troll. They are really accelerating. This is when the Battle Fury Troll feels so scary, right? You take map control, you're farming where they want to farm, and you do it so fast that Spirit feel a little stuck. They're locked in their base right now. They don't have any wards down outside of the base that I can see. You see Solo, he's just dropping preemptive sentries like, I am ready to D-ward, boys. Come on out.
Radiant are scanning.
Oh, they're going for the kill.
Are scanning.
The scan's there from no one. Will he pop the BKB? Yep, man.
Whoa!
Dude, I can't believe he waited for the blink.
Oh, that's some fast fingers. Now the immediate TP's home. So we'll call that a win for Spirit. That is the BKB reveal of no one, the 10-second charge. BKB now from Urgon as they take a fight outside of their base. Solo trying to run. The Troll on the low ground. It is the Troll versus the world, but they've got global presence. Remember, he has Aegis, so holding the BKB. Not going to be able to sustain for now. Coming back up, Urgon stuck inside of the Sprout. And ILTW backs out. Meanwhile, Zayetz goes in with a pretty good dunk on 2. Now the arena comes down. Troll disarmed on the low ground. Ancient Apparition stuck in the Soulbind. They've lost
dude, the
3
team
for the
bait.
side of VP. No one eats the cheese. He's going to get brought down. Spirit, get everyone except the Troll who TP'd out.
Ah, Zayet's, why? That was not it, dude.
That was a misfire.
The second
for
he went
sure.
in for that Echo Slam, I was just like, ooh, I don't know about that one.
That was a full body Titan. Like, I'm pretty sure your Troll was trying to just get out after losing his Aegis. I don't think ILTW wanted to take that fight at all.
Man, no one got bodied there. He got DK stunned into casked into stunned, and he just died. Just
Yeah,
got
dude.
chain stunned by the cask for like almost 4 seconds.
That was really rough for VP to take that fight without his BKB. And now Tiny's got himself the
Radiant's middle
E-Blade.
tower has fallen.
I don't even know, dude. Some clowny stuff happening here. Bit of a high aggro game. Just like everyone just wants to jump and try and blow someone up instantly. And obviously, we still got some pretty beefy boys here. Like tiny, like look at the Tricore. It's Tiny, DK, and Mars. Even with the changes to strength and everything, these guys are still extremely tanky and hard to bring down in these kind of like Echo Slam moments. And Ice Blast can only do so much. Do they have a vessel? They do. They just have no charges on Rezo. I see.
Yeah. Well, now it's Spirit that have taken the gold lead, as well as the 60-40 favor.
Dota Plus is
Dota Plus starting to believe
also
it.
flip-flopping like us. I love it. A great commentator. Oh, yeah, Rezo's got to be... Dude, how does he keep getting away with this? Oh, he's got an Observer Sentry combo. Durantio's just like... there's the
charging,
Shadow Blade
dude.
problems.
He is in. And now the BKB gets popped. Mars gets down low, but they start to disengage. And the Soulbind, again, an effective counter. Now the arena, not going to find anyone. Maybe we'll let Spirit make the retreat. Urgon, they find him in the trees. Cold Feet does come through. He's a frozen rock. All 5 still alive. Weird positioning right now as VP are actually on the outside of it. They're both just staring at Ergon like, can we save the Tiny or can we kill the
He
Tiny?
still has BKB. He's just holding it.
And there it is. He pops it as the real fight breaks out. The Tiny able to finish off Resolution. He's still low, but they're probably going to get another here in the Troll, and they do.
Yeah, Mitch.
VP
Yeah,
in
Mitch.
big trouble.
Yeah, Mitch.
Solo does get off a nice combo alongside his Earthshaker. They kill the Tiny, but they're not going to be able to win this fight. Zayat's certainly going to fall. Silence on Noah. His BKB's on cooldown. They've still got plenty of stuns. Another Mars Spear coming up in just a second. They won't even need it. It's a 1 for 4.
I was looking at Malik and I was trying to figure out why he was like only 2,000 HP, but the Blink Force Staff, pretty nice combo. Good to save people from the Sprouts. It's been helping out a lot, and that whole fight was won because of the Soulbind at the very start. Again, BKB Troll and the Pango ulti stuck by Yamich. I mean, that's a fight ender, right?
It's a perfect Soulbind.
It's actually just over. They just walked away, so the Troll wasted his whole BKB, and then you saw Ergon holding his like forever. And then eventually he just does the nice toss of the Troll onto the DK, I believe it was, onto the Nature's Prophet, and they just blow them both up together.
Yeah, I think you're right. This Grimstroke has been the key to these team fights, and now he's going to have a Blink Dagger to go with his Force and Aether Lens. That is a lot of reach. He can sit way, 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 way back and just wait to get off the right Soulbind.
Yeah, every Soulbind. I mean, it's not even like... Yeah, I'm praising him a lot, but all he's doing is pressing the R on the Pango, and every time, the Troll is the one who's next to him. Maybe they need to self-identify that a little bit more on the side of Virtus.pro and try and stay away from the guy they're going to Soulbind every single time.
No doubt Virtus.pro are giving him the opportunity, but the fact that he's consistently seizing the day is definitely big stuff for Spirit.
Yes, it is necessary, or else they would have lost several of these team fights.
Yeah. Now, how do you feel about this DK Bloodthorn? He's pulled up about 4,500 gold, but hasn't made the commitment yet.
Yeah, he was stuck for a while. I don't know. There's a lot of BKBs still.
They are getting low, but I don't know.
I'm not convinced.
Bloodthorn's kind of a weird item right now. Attack speed is really good on DK, and that is one thing that he's lacking a little bit. And his build is not very damage heavy. Right, Shadow Blade, Heaven's Halberd, BKB, very well-rounded, but it's not a scary right-clicking DK build. And this would certainly fix that for him, give him big damage and some mana regen so he could replace that Soul Ring with confidence. Wow, he even went for the mana regen talent. Interesting.
Dire are scanning.
Yeah, it's not one we see too often anymore, eh? Feels like all our DKs have been going for the reduction lately.
You're living in the past, man. Hung up on some clown from the 60s.
Bozo.
B-O-Z-O. Wow. So Ergon says, all right, now he's going to go for the Satanic and break apart the Mask of Madness, I guess. So he had a Battle Fury queued up for a second there, and I was just like, that's...
Yeah, you gotta wonder when he's just gonna do the butterfly, right? Like that's you see the Mask of Madness, you think butterfly the whole game, sort of deal, right?
Yeah, the Troll has MKB already, as does the Prophet, so they are sort of anticipating that. Roche under assault, but they do find Solo. That's an easy kill, and that will push BP out of Roche.
Oh, just grabbing a couple more items here too. The Prism and the Shaco. Prism for the Pango seems kind of good. Oh,
buyback onto Solo. This would be a big kill if they can find it. It looks like they might. Rezo trying to break things up. The Soulbind again. The two targets that they want. And they're going to find kills on both. Spirit breaking this one open. Now Shaker on the run. He's got a DD, but it won't matter. No one is trying to split push. He is just down bottom taking barracks. Meanwhile, in the mid, stun on the Solo. Buyback on the Pango. They don't have detection, so he'll be okay.
Rezo's going to just try and feed and like stop them from TPing, pretty much. Like he just wants to try and bait them a little bit back. But they are recognizing that no one is in here and fighting Malik.
BKB from no one. He's just going to TP out. Ergon, no way to stop it.
Nice Fisher block, though. But there's the 4-staff turnaround save.
Braccio on the run.
3 4-staffs?
I don't know about this, VP. Spirit are still going to stick around. They are going to lose Draccio, it looks like. He'll get stunned up. But the Tiny's here. He's ready to come back. Draccio actually lived through that. I can't believe it, but they didn't finish him off. They didn't have any damage. Solo doesn't hit for much. After all that, VP might not take heavy losses. We'll see a TP out from Zayat's. Not gonna happen.
Oh man, they had the double potential there. They could have force-staffed the Shaker towards him while also forcing the Tiny. I'm a little disappointed, but either way, they still get there in time with the force-staff. No one will punish you by taking your bottom racks, though. Dude, yeah. I love that voice line he spams. My favorite time he spammed in this game was when he got E-bladed by Tiny for the first time and couldn't keep right-clicking him.
Uh-oh. No one, though.
He's got BKB.
Okay. He knows what to do. Meanwhile, in the Roche pit, trying his best. He will jump over, and now BKB's trying to be used. No one needs to be a little careful, but Draccio very low, stuck inside of the Sprout. The DK so tanky. No one finishes him off with a little bit of magic damage, but it will cost no one his life.
He's got buyback, and the Troll's here fighting.
They do stop Spirit from getting the Roche, but it's still very low. And will they use the buyback on no one? That's the big question here.
I think they're going to try and delay as long as they can, but now with the Ice Blast down, oh, that Minotaur Horde's just down on the ground too.
Pick it up. There it is, the buyback. Immediately, Spirit start to retreat. BKB just now coming back for no one, and look where he is. He's in the enemy base. He's taking that tier 3. He wants the mid lane of Barracks. Meanwhile, at Roche, BKB's popped as the battle for the big boy continues. ILTW, he's the one in the pit.
It's a 1v1 mid.
Rezo and Zayat's die, but battle in the pit. Aegis picked up by Ergon.
He can't do anything because he's ulting.
The Troll is still going, but now he's completely surrounded. He's going to be in big trouble, and the Troll's going to get brought down. But meanwhile, back in the enemy base, no one pops the BKB. TP's out again. He got 2 lanes of Barracks. This is turning into a pretty crazy game. Spirit have the advantage, a big net worth lead, but 2 lanes of Barracks down.
That's how it's done.
This is dirty, dude.
Yeah, it's a very good strat. They're doing like the only thing that it feels like they can do because the team fights have not been going their way. But the ulti from ILTW, that's gotta be so frustrating because like the Roche dropped and he just couldn't grab any of it. So they got all the spoils on the Dire side. I'm not sure. I saw there was a refresher shard. I think it got popped by somebody. So it's it won't be around for the next engagement. I think everything seems to be gone.
All right, no buyback on the Pango. Troll does have one. No one TP's mid. Maybe looking for some couriers. Tier 3 goes down. Are Spirit actually going to try to end this?
Well, his BKB's back and the creeps are top.
This is a pretty bold play. No glyph available, but Zayat comes in. Not the best dunk, but it doesn't matter. Draccio gets finished off. Do you get tossed in?
Yeah, it looked that way.
Ergon, my main man. Spirit, that's a dieback on the DK, and they know it. Solo is going to fall. It's also a dieback there. They're all so low, but Zayat goes down now. What is happening right now?
He must have got force-staffed by the Shaker.
That must have been it.
Either way, he went flying in there.
And got destroyed. That was one of those weird moments where Spirit overcommitted, they took some losses, and then VP overcommitted, thinking they could just like kill that Tiny because he was so low. And at the end of the day, I think VP gets a better trade. Not much gold exchanged, but they only lose a tier 3.
Oh, Witch Doctor force-staffed him. I wonder if he was trying to turn around when he was cold feet.
Oh, maybe. So it was a misfire friendly force staff. That's unfortunate.
Apparently so.
Why did they try to end there though? That seemed like an impossible win scenario for Spirit rather. There's no way you're going to kill both tier 4s in the throne in that 30-second window while they're all standing there with Echo Slam.
Tiny getting y'all amped up.
I guess.
But he's holding the flicker. He's not even holding like a big item. He doesn't have like the leveler or something.
Wrap around. VP trying to push. Spirit looking for the opening. 2 fights about to break out as they find
they're just taking your buildings. There's no fight.
BKBs, they're actually going all in on buildings. They don't care about Soulbind. The Megas might come out for VP. That's the glyph, and now the BKBs are down. Can they make it out? Will VP take heavy losses? Rezo doing everything he can. No one trying to focus structures, but he can't get it. They go all in. That's 2 minutes on the sideline now for the Nature's Prophet. Resolution stunned up, destined to fall as he gets left behind, but the Troll is still alive, and there is one last melee barracks standing.
And the DK has made it. They've survived the death of the Dragon Knight.
And now, can VP survive? Now Spirit might have a window to go all in. You got the DK ult. You know that there's no profit for 100 seconds. You also should know that there's no Pango for another 60. They buy a Desolator on Mars, dude. They are ready to end this shit.
This should be it. The only hope is some sort of creep cut. They have a level 3 Ice Blast, so he could hit this wave twice. That's probably why they're saying the DK bottom, because they want a secondary wave.
Radiant are scanning.
Wow, Radiant
I think Solo just needs a Ice Blast mid. But he wants Vision because he doesn't want to miss it.
And remember, there's tier 2s in the side lane, so there's basically no threat of Virtus.pro getting megaed right now. This is purely, can we hold? Can we stop this game from ending?
That's true, actually. Didn't even think of that.
And, ILTW, he's going to be the distraction. BKB, TP, yo, space created.
They haven't even got a Rax yet.
Dude, he just wasted another, 15 seconds at least? 30 seconds of their time? Pango's going to be up. They're not going to be able to end it anymore. They just got baited so hard by that troll.
Why didn't they just go mid?
I don't know. I genuinely don't know.
Panic, I guess.
You had 2 full minutes of no one.
I mean, Troll has buyback, too. It's not even like that matters.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, that's rough. Glyph up in a minute for VP. Yamich jumps in, does drop the Soulbind on the Pango once again. Malik trying to follow up. They're going to dive deep. Spirit putting a lot of damage on. They kill Rezo. No buyback available there. Solo, they don't have detection. He makes it into the trees. He pops back out.
He's panicking.
Solo doesn't know where to go. There's no spot in the trees. He's got no options. And he'll get finished off by a rebuke. He has a buyback.
He's buyback. And that was time for the Prophet. And he's going top lane. He's getting the Megas.
He's got
no
Megas.
one is in the base.
We got creeps down
in the
bottom.
house.
No one's going to do it. Meanwhile, back in the Radiant mid lane. Big damage onto the Shaker. He's got a buyback. But they kill Solo. Die back there. Can Spirit end? It doesn't look like it. Pango going to be able to buy back. And now the real fight commences. ILTW getting obliterated. He couldn't even BKB. He's down. All right, he used his BKB. My bad. It just expired.
He has buyback, though. No one could just TP. Like, the creeps are going to get to the tier 4s in a second.
All right, this is a 4 versus 5. They've got Glyph in 3 seconds for Virtus.pro. Maybe they can hold this off. Will no one go all in? No, he's going to stay for the fight. They're keeping him off the throne pretty well.
Look at that
they
damage.
have to get these kills. If Spirit get wiped here, this could be bad. Big damage on the ILTW. Zayat's down low. The Troll's dead. This could be it. No one to stand, but they killed the DK. It's going to be no one in the Pango holding off 4. No one could actually do it. Insane damage, but the Bulwark is there. He can't get behind this damn Mars, and the God will bring him down. They are all done, and Spirit are going to take game number 1 in this Decider series. One more win away from keeping their lives alive in Dota Pit Europe 2020.
I can't believe how much damage Noah just did fighting 4 heroes. That was unbelievable. Oh, wow. To go all in on that play, dude. Very nicely done from Virtus.pro. But of course, better from Team Spirit as they're able to take a nail-biting victory.
Yeah, I got to stop saying nail-biter because this was a true nail-biter, dude. This is... VP get megas from crazy split push. Spirit continue to take these pretty good team fights. They play so well around the Grimstroke ult, so well around the Mars ult, this Tiny doing big damage. And then they kind of biff it on their opportunity to go all in, but they still make it work. I'm surprised at how well they handled the troll at the end. I thought ILTW would be the raid boss if this game went 50 minutes, and they had plenty of options. It was the Tiny that felt like the raid boss, actually.
Yeah, I was actually surprised how long it took them to kill the throne, man. Thrones are...
Yeah,